Okay, so I was gonna make this video, but here we go. It's gonna be a good one probably, because the ones I never plan on making usually are. But here we are in the heart of downtown Newburyport, the tannery. I just wanted to make a little video on how beauty is valuable. Beauty is not only valuable for its ability to bring people to a location because they want to see it because it's beautiful, but beauty is valuable because it uplifts the human condition. There's a speech in Vision Quest, which is currently available for free on YouTube, where he talks about Pele, and he talks about seeing him do a backflip and kick the soccer ball into the net. And he says, for just a moment, he elevated himself and the whole rest of us human race above our miserable lot for 30 seconds. He's like, it's pretty goddamn glorious. Well, that's how I feel about beauty. And it may not seem particularly beautiful, but they did the lights. They have these nice, pretty shops and stuff. And people come from all around to see and experience the beauty of Newburyport because it is pretty. That is all. I just want to maybe take a quick walk through of part of Newburyport and just show you guys some of the natural beauty of Newburyport. Kind of silly of me not having my stick with me right now, but I already went for a walk throughout the whole area with my stick, and I feel like my kung fu is good enough that I could beat up any dog that comes in. But as I walk to the heart of downtown Newburyport, think about Europe, like the beauty of Europe and how they built the cathedrals, and how I think after the Black Plague they kind of lost faith in the cathedrals and building these things of great beauty. It was like, well, didn't protect us from the Black Death, so what good is it? And there's some wisdom in that, because the Black Death is really shitty. And I think that even our cultures, like COVID and stuff, and our paranoia of disease isn't even necessarily paranoia. I mean, the Black Death came in and killed everyone. Like 60% of the population of Europe, and we're not still talking about that. Like, I don't think our culture has collectively really understood what's happened since the Black Death, because there are tribes, like tribal societies in the mountains of the Caucasus that have largely remained out of contact with Western civilization since the Black Death. This is some crazy stuff we're talking about here, but I think beauty needs to make a comeback in a big way. Like Egypt understood that. Look at these, like Gustavo Diore, I think is his name. He did all of these Bible engravings, the biblical scenes. They're beautiful, beautiful, absolutely stunningly beautiful scenes. And they're just, it's of beauty. It's of these ancient cultures that understood that architecture is beautiful. And like I said, this is an impromptu video. I wasn't really planning on talking about the beauty of Newburyport. So I'm just walking to the center of downtown right now, and I figure I'll give you another gem of wisdom on the way. If you're gonna smoke pot, go for a walk after, because it makes your brain turn on. So that you're not just like, end of the day, go for a walk, enjoy yourself. I can't help it. I like just blowing out a fat cloud, feeling like Gandalf. But here we are in the heart of downtown Newburyport now. And it's pretty. It's like not even that pretty, but it's like she's pretty, you know? It's a cutie. It's a cute little place to come. I wonder if I'll ever put a Week to Warrior store down here. Just because it's so pretty, you know? But I don't know. It's cool. It's pretty. I think it has value because it's pretty. Like, I came over here, so I guess I show you the whole thing. And there's an early pretty view of the church tower and stuff. So, oh, it's just cute. It's quaint. just a pretty little area to walk around, take your kids, show the fam. Just a little intersection. All the lens flares are a little crazy. It's pretty. It's just very pretty. It's a very pretty little area to grow up in. I used to bike down here just because it's so pretty. You know, like the beauty itself is attractive. It doesn't need to be more than it is. It just is what it is, and it's pretty. And I want to buy all of it. I want to buy all of it, and I want to build large buildings and statues to Greek gods and the founding fathers and Odysseus. And like anyone else I think is really cool. Anyone else who has achieved apotheosis. That's like, look how pretty this is. I just want to own all of it. Like I just look at it, I'm like, I want to own all of it. Because it's all just purchasable for fiat currency, which isn't even real. So I just create the best system for making fiat currency through leveraging assets. And just buy everything, you know? Who cares? Like, I think it's good to have big goals. Like, big goals keep you motivated. If you don't have big goals, well, you're not very motivated. And if you're not motivated, then life is a lot less engaging. Like, look how just pretty this is. So, I want to own, like, most of New England. Like, all the pretty areas of New England. I just want to own them. Because someone's going to own them. And either I or my children or my children's children, I'll set the systems in place. Because I'm not necessarily going to kill myself to make it happen in my own lifetime. I'm just going to set the systems in place so it's definitely going to happen. Because, like, why the heck not? Why would I not just want to buy up everywhere pretty and just make tons of pretty areas for myself to hang out in? Like, what else am I going to do, you know? I feel like Fordism is kind of inevitable. It's like the next step. Like, there's the Stalinist Egyptian pharaoh palace economy, and it doesn't really work. And then you have the Roman economy, but the Roman economy, built on the monopoly of productive ideas, also falls short. So what are we ultimately going to do? Well, I'm glad you asked. What we have to do is we have to evolve from a palatial economy to an economy built on production. But what is production? Well, Mr. Ludwig von Mises, I'm glad you asked what production is. Production is the ability to produce value. Well, what is value? Well, value is anything that you can use to increase your capacity as a human being. Like, as a human capacitor in this God engine we exist in of a society, it is your capacity that must be increased. Your capacity to understand information, your capacity to digest food, your capacity to be awake and be asleep. All of these things is a capacity thing. So ultimately, value is what increases capacity. And a lot of what increases capacity can also be beliefs. So systems like architecture are valuable because we interact with them through our daily lives, and by interacting with them, we see the inherent value of the system. And we're like, wow, this is really pretty. Other forms of value are, I'd say, like knowledge. Knowledge put into practice is the most practical form of value. And that's sort of what I'm trying to build on. I mean, I think, like, it's got to come naturally, though, because a little bit burp in there, but I don't want to have to, like, not enjoy my life in order to get things done. I want to enjoy my life because I think that ultimately also I'm not going to be able to be maximally effective if I can't get people to help me, and they're not going to help me if I don't have systems that help you enjoy your life, because, like, who wants to have a miserable existence? So ultimately, I am looking at just kind of beauty. I like beauty, like just beautiful things. Like building beautiful things, I think is really cool because they kind of just speak for themselves. Like, if you have something really beautiful, it's just beautiful. And people are like, wow, you know, like that means something. That's indicative of truth, of value, of creation, the image of God. Ultimately, I think that's ultimately why we do things, is because we're made in the image of God and we're attracted to that which is our source and our final destination. So like teleological organisms. So ultimately beauty plays into that, because beauty shows us the nature of life. Like this is like a well cared for garden, like Eden. Like look, there are trees in the ground. Like this is a harmony of nature and culture. The beauty speaks for itself. It says, here is a place where nature and culture come together. Here is harmony, here is music, here is peace, here is creation itself. Here the patterns of the universe come into play in beautiful harmony and symphony. That's what beauty says. So I think that we need to create beautiful things and make beautiful architecture. I think that's something Trump understood with Trump Tower. Like he's like, I just want to build something beautiful. Like you got to just build. Like just build beautiful things. Like stop, I don't know, stop like, I think like the reformist spirit is sort of misdirected because it's not focused on building. Like you're trying to make something that someone else made into something other than what they made it to be, which is just kind of silly, because ultimately you should be making your own things. Like look at this sailboat in the window. Like that's beautiful. Like everything around me is beautiful. It's beautiful because someone made it that way. And if you want to be a part of making the world beautiful, then just go do it, because no one's stopping you.